Today's video, people, I am going to put in a fuel filter for a 94 Geo Prizm, because when you start up a car like this and it stalls, there's one of two possibilities that it could be. But here's the problem. When it's hard like that, see how it's stalling? Yeah. That only goes to tell you, but there's only two possibilities. It's either going to be a bad fuel filter or a charcoal canister or the valve that's attached to it. So here's how this works, people. This is a 94 Geo Prizm standard shift 1.6 liter valve, and not only that, but everything is completely manual. No power windows, just power steering. And as you can see, if you don't know what you're looking at, right down there, that would be your fuel filter right there. And as you can see, when I put my hand on it, this guy right here, this is your fuel filter right here. This guy right here, that would be your charcoal canister. That can lead into problems too, but I'll explain that later. But right now, we're going to take out this fuel filter. Starting with this entire assembly has to go. All the air assembly that was right here, we moved the charcoal canister out of the way, which, if you don't know what that is, this is your charcoal canister. As you can tell, it's fairly old. I might need to swap that out or clean it out, but I can't know it's completely that until I change my fuel filter. Now, in my car, as you can see right there, this guy right here, this is my fuel filter. We got to take off these brackets. These are 10mm bracket bolts. Take that out, and we just replace it with a brand new fuel filter. But that's the bottom line right there. We've already loosened up the main line here going into the engine, so now we got to take the fuel line off. In order to do that, we got to do the tire. And here's the best way to do this. Don't do it the hard way, but the forward way. Do this. It's more simpler. The third part of this job was obviously to use 9/16 to take a bolt loose that holds the bottom of your filter in place, and you can see it right there. First of all, you want to demount these screws right here, and then once you do that, you can just take a regular driver, like what I have here in my hand. Just reach behind, like what I'm doing right here, as you can see this. See how I'm doing that? You just start turning them. Close-up view of an old filter for a 94 Geo Prizm. As you can tell, this thing's got a little bit of issue where it's been there for a while. You can tell by looking at it. And here's a brand new fuel filter. As you can see, comes with all the parts necessary to make this happen. There's the old, here's the new. So this would be good for another 60,000 miles, depends on how I drive, or the next 3 to 5 years, whatever. But my car was starting to get hesitant. Anytime I take off, it didn't seem like it was going to deliver nearly as well as it should. So it was either this or the charcoal canister, one or the other. But you can't know which one's bad until you replace one at a time to see what happens. But in this case, the first thing to replace would be the old fuel filter. That way you know you're getting the gas you need to the canister. Then you can check your canister to see what it does next. But there's your difference between the new and an old fuel filter for a 94 Geo Prizm. We've gone ahead and installed the brand new fuel filter. And as you can tell, everything's connected. Went ahead and reassembled the charcoal canister, the air assembly system, and got everything back in good working order. So now I'm going to see how this thing starts and runs. Alright, so after a brand new fuel filter. Here we go. Let's see how much better it performs now. Oh, see that? Without a hitch, it started right up. It's doing well. Yeah, wow. It fired up first gas without a hitch, no problem. So I think I might have solved my problem. That's how you install a fuel filter for a 94 Geo Prizm 1.6 liter. That's all.